Hey guys, Chris here with 4x4 Rides, where we specialize in cool off-road 4x4 vehicles. And I gotta say, this vehicle right here is definitely cool. So this is a 1997 Toyota Land Cruiser. And this particular truck, as you can see, it's a little different from the 80 series Land Cruisers that we get in the US. This one we actually purchased from a local gentleman here in Virginia who recently imported this truck from Bahrain in the Middle East while he was on duty. So very cool. And I wanted to make a video just showing the differences between the Middle Eastern spec Land Cruisers or Africa spec versus the United States spec Land Cruisers. So this is an 80 series. This is the last year of the 80 series, which a lot of people say is the last Land Cruiser they ever built. I mean, these things were built tough. There's like solid steel, there's solid front axles. They are incredible off-road, one of the best off-road vehicles really you can buy. I mean, this is like the Jeep Wrangler, but Toyota's version, bulletproof engine. This has got the 4.5 liter engine, so it's got the same engine, same transmission, same chassis, everything as the US spec, but in the Middle East and in Africa, Central America, different markets, they actually have different trim levels for these 80 series. And as you can see, this one is the GXR Limited. And so they have GXR, they have GXR Limited, they have VX, they have VXR, and they have VXR Limited. And they also have like UN spec, United Nations spec Land Cruisers, you know, those famous Land Cruisers you see that are all white, they're usually like very bare bones, like no carpet, no AC, roll down windows. Like, so there's different options over there that you could purchase these Land Cruisers. VXR is usually limited, is usually top of the line with, you know, triple locking differential, rear AC, dual fuel tanks, built-in factory winch. This is the GXR Limited. This one, as you can see, the color, one of the differences between the 80 series in the Middle East versus the United States is color options. So this one comes in like this desert gold. Now we do have some gold options in the US, but honestly this one is completely different from the US spec gold. It is a beautiful gold. I honestly think this is a lot nicer than the gold that we get in the US. It looks like it belongs on the sand dunes in Saudi Arabia, really does. Absolutely beautiful. It's like a darker gold with that like two-tone trim. It's absolutely stunning. You get the four-wheel drive badging on the side. You also get the trim and the GXR Limited badging on the side of the truck. A couple of differences that you don't get on the 80 series. On the 80 series Land Cruiser in the US, there's basically just one option, which are pretty much like fully loaded for the American market. But over there, there's just so many different options that you can choose on these Land Cruisers. So this one, another difference is you get the Toyota emblem, hood emblem. It looks like that should be something on like a Cadillac, but no, you get it on a 80 series Land Cruiser. Makes it different, makes it stand out. And this one also has no sunroof, which in the US spec, they all come with sunroofs. This one doesn't have a sunroof. And I guess that could be good or bad. I mean, you don't have to worry about it leaking or not working or breaking. So another kind of interesting thing. And then one of the cool things that I wish they did on the 80 series in the US is rear tire swing out. I mean, how cool is that? That is from the factory, that is from Toyota. It comes with a Land Cruiser cover, the Land Cruiser badging, developed and tested thoroughly by Toyota for outstanding performance and lasting satisfaction. Toyota accessories are rugged and reliable and are designed especially for those who enjoy the ultimate. I mean, that is pretty cool. On the back, you have GXR badging, four-wheel drive, 24 valve, limited. You have your space to put your license plate. And then to open it, zoom out, just pull this right here. This swings out and you still get your split, your famous split tailgate. One of my favorite features on the 80 series, especially if you're gonna go camping and whatnot. I mean, you can turn that into a little table. So you go on a camping cookout, you got a little table right here, use it as a bench, set up your cooler, all sorts of cool things. So third row seats. Interesting, they don't come with headrests on the back, which I don't really see a problem with, and I guess you have better visibility, but there's not even an option to put the headrest. The ones in the US, they all come with headrests. And you get a different color interior. So this is like a two-tone cloth brown. Really nice. I like it a lot. It held up really well. It's the original. Looks great. Another cool thing you get on these 80 series is rear air conditioning. So they don't come with rear air conditioning in the US. This one does. We've tested it. It works. That's the vent for the rear AC. There's a little button on the dash that you can press and you can turn on the rear AC. So your middle passengers and your third row passengers are nice and cool. All right, let's take a look inside. So cloth interior, brown, two-tone, different cloth material than you get in the US. I really like this one. It's different, you know? So it's got that cool Middle Eastern look. And let's take a look up front. So cool. So some of the models come actually triple lock. This one's not triple lock. So say if you get like the VXR Limited, they have like a triple lock switch right here. So this one doesn't have it. You know, obviously all that stuff has to be serviced. I mean, you can have it, but what does it work? I mean, if you service it and take care of it, yes, it will work. But just kind of more money you have to spend. So this is a little bit not as loaded as a VXR Limited, but cool in its own way. And over here we have, this one does have the the sub fuel tank. So right here there's a little button and you can turn that on and you have two tanks. You have your main tank and you have an extra tank, which is, I just filled it up, got a full second tank, sub tank right there. That is something that you do not get on US-spec Land Cruisers. So pretty interesting. You have a backup tank if you're out on the trails. You don't need to carry around those jerry cans. You got extra gas ready to go if you need it. And what else? Yeah, so grab handle. You don't get the grab handle on the 80s US-spec 80 series, which is really cool. You don't get that, but you do in the Middle East. And this right here is an aftermarket touchscreen. This is like the only pretty much modification on the truck. So you get backup camera, 9-inch screen with Apple CarPlay and all that. I'm not sure what brand it is. They put it on, I'm sure, in the Middle East. It's probably Chinese. It actually works well. It's got high definition. The camera works well. And what's interesting is you can actually like play movies while you're driving, and I'm sure that's not legal, so don't do that. But over in China, I guess they somehow get away with that. But yeah, in the US on most of these like touchscreens, you have to put it in park for it to let you play a movie. Here you can like play a movie while literally you're driving the car, but don't do that. Be careful. All right, let's take a look at the engine. Such a beauty. This thing is so nice, so cool. I love it. It is really nice. Radiator, got a Duralast battery. This is the 4.5 liter V8 engine, or I'm sorry, straight 6-cylinder engine. This is the engine you want. This is the engine that is in the late model 80 series. The 4.0 is a little bit slower, quite a bit slower. It's more like a tractor engine. Reliable, but slow. So this one, they increase the horsepower, drives much better, and very reliable. Here you got the Toyota VIN plaque. And what else? Oh, let's just take a look right here. This I thought was pretty interesting. So this one came from the Middle East, and look at this. You got some Arabic. So pretty cool. And what's interesting too on this truck is that, so we've actually imported a few of these now from different countries in the Middle East, Dubai mainly. And whenever we get them, they're usually like covered in dust because, you know, it's like sandy over there. And then the dashboards are always cracked. So they're always cracked because there's so much sun over there. And so I'm assuming this one was too, but the last owner added this cover. You can't even tell it's a cover. Excellent job. Looks like the original dash, but it's actually a custom made cover. There you can kind of tell but it's, yeah, so really nice to protect it from cracking. I'm not sure what's under there. Wouldn't be able to take it off. It is like permanently on there, but looks great. Okay guys, so that is it. I'm sure I missed some other things that this truck has that the 80 series in the United States don't. It's a very cool truck. We're going to be auctioning it off on Bring a Trailer. Kind of hate to get rid of them just because they're hard to get these trucks into the country. It takes time to export them and import them into the US. So, and this is very unique. You know, it's a beautiful truck. It's a head turner. It gets a lot of compliments. Everywhere I take it, people are like, wow, where did you get that from? So it's a great conversation piece. I love it. It drives great. This one's sitting on the stock suspension. We haven't lifted it. I haven't put any big tires on it yet. It's got, like, I guess Michelin or Falcon Wild Peak highway tires. Drives real smooth, but you know, this would be a great one to lift about 2 inches and put some KO3s on it. It would look amazing, and we may do that soon. I usually do. So if you're in the market for a cool 4x4, check us out online at 4x4rides.com or call us 240-449-3912. Or if you have a 4x4 and you're interested in giving it some muscle, upgrading it, we specialize in off-road modifications. We're happy to help. Send us your 4Runner, your Tacoma, your FJ, your Land Cruiser, your GX, your Jeep. We offer lift and tire packages, wheel packages, spotlight packages, and winch bumper packages, pretty much everything off-road. So we'd love to earn your business. We're a distributor with all the top companies, including Dobinson, Ironman 4x4, Wheel Pros. So happy to help, and we can give you a great deal. So love to hear from you soon. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.